What is going on, everyone? My name is Alpha, and today we'll be doing a return challenge. We're actually be playing Pokemon Black, and we're gonna do the no healing challenge finally for Pokemon Black Generation 5. Fun fact: Pokemon White is one of my favorite games of all time. It's up there with Platinum. I might even say it's more fun than Platinum at times because I really enjoy Unova, and I had so many great memories playing this over and over. Anyways, getting into the challenge, our starter will have to be Oshawott for this run. Now, our starter's not going to play too much of a importance into our role, but for what it is right now, it is the most important thing in the world. Tepig is way too slow, and it does not hit hard enough at the point of where we are. And as well, Snivy just doesn't have the power behind it, so Oshawott's the main choice. If Snivy had Contrary, this might be a different run. Anyways, we luckily beat our rivals and we get an instant heal from our mother. There is a lot of forced healing in the game, and a lot of Pokemons will be healed completely, and that's the only way to progress in the game. So I do take advantage of that, and I personally, with my input, I would have never healed, but it's part of the game. It's just taking advantage of the game, in my opinion, because this game is pretty grindy in the early stages. Just to make sure I could get past the upcoming boss fights, I do spend my time training all the way up, and I don't really care about HP at this moment because there is a force heal tutorial on healing your Pokemon through the Poke Center. It's never been like that. They just introduced it in this generation, which is strange because you never had to be forced into a Pokemon Center to heal your Pokemon. But I mean, I'll take it. If I get to train up Oshawott to level 11, it's pretty great with me because earlier I did try to do this run with a Tepig, and I failed pretty bad because it couldn't get past this end battle, this early stage end battle, or it didn't get past it at a decent enough HP where I could go and progress well without sitting around doing nothing and like grinding in the grass and losing all my PP. Because obviously, if you guys do not notice, we can't use healing items. We can't heal in the Pokemon Center, so we have limited PP. Anyways, this end battle is pretty easy now because we moved into the forest near Striaton City where we get our helper monkey, which is supposed to help us beat the opposing gym battle. And fortunately for us, when we start our battle with Silent, I started off with my decently low HP Oshawott because they do start with a Lillipup to begin with, and luckily I one-shot this Lillipup, so I don't have to worry about it attacking me and killing off my starter. He sends out his Pansage, and Pansear is like the worst one I could got because Incinerate is such a weak move. It does like 1/8 of his full HP, so I really decided Pansear will not be useful. If I had Pansage, I might have just kept it in the game, or at least Panpour, I would have kept it. But Pansear is useless. So I'm just trying to paralyze this Pansage, and then I start lowering its defensive with Leer. I was thinking about incinerating it to attack my Pansear and then get my Oshawott all the XP. Of course, this is the only thing that's really important to me. Anyways, we beat the first gym pretty easily. We get toward the next city, Nakarine City, and we caught a Timber right outside the forest, as well as throws in the wild, so we catch them and help us progress in the battle. And as I was saying with the shaking grass, there's a lot of shaking grass in this game, and most of the time you get Audinos and you will get a lot of XP from them, especially when we get the lucky egg in the later stages, which greatly expands our grinding. And I don't over grind in the wild, obviously. I just wanted to make sure I could beat this gym, because without getting that throw, there was no way I would have beat this. The Timber was for an insurance policy, but Throw was definitely the MVP in this matchup. I trained it up a bit so it does learn a few more moves so I could keep using it. I use it up into the third gym, and then it dies. Obviously, I can't recover it. Once a Pokemon dies, it's pretty much dead. There's no way for me to get it back. I put in a roll, even with a force heal. If my Pokemon's dead, they're already dead. So that's why that's my way of trying to balancing it. The force heals. I do take the force heals, but if the Pokemon's already dead, they shouldn't be able to come back. That's my stipulation on it. Anyways, we go into the forest to get a Petalil. We catch it, obviously, and we get a Sunstone from the earlier caves. So we could evolve it to a Lilligant. The reason I got it is because in the rules, I decided that we can actually use recovery moves like recover, soft boil, and roost, because those are kind of broken in a no heal challenge because you're healing. But as long as you're dealing damage, you have a purposeful attack, so you can't just always just sit against a useless Pokemon and just heal whenever you want. Obviously, Leech Seed, I just have to Leech Seed it and then switch around my Pokemon to gain a bit more HP. I mean, it's still purposeful damaging. You're damaging the opposition, but you're still gaining health. So this is how I recover some of my Pokemon a little bit. But Darumaka is one of my favorite Pokemon all the time. Well, Darmanitan, but Darumaka is really up there. It has a hustle ability. So for this Levani, I sent out 2 Sandiles to lower its attack, so it's less of a threat. But then I really didn't need it because Darumaka one-shots it with Fire Punch. Fire Punch, Hustle, Stab, that's an insane power boost just for a little Darumaka. You can find out in a while. Anyways, here all my Pokemons are dead. I fight Sharon, dead. I went through the desert, all my Pokemons are dead. So I have to catch a Sandile with Moxie, and then I have to level up to 29 to where it evolves into a Krokorok. Anyways, we head into an Elisa fight, the gym battle. Eventually I get in with my Krokorok. I get static, which isn't the worst thing, but this is the main purpose of why I got Krokorok, because it does have Moxie and it can just destroy any gym. It also has decently bulk since I put Eviolite on it. You get the Eviolite from Castelia City and just super easy to put through the grind fest. Just put all these Pokemons down, super easy. Luckily, it's not too strong, the Zebstrika, so I one-shot it pretty easily. I have to go through this battle. I completely forgot about this battle. I knew there was a heal-out. I thought I was going to heal my Pokemon before this battle, but I have to go into this battle with 2 Pokemons. Krokorok at 26 HP. There was no way I could get out of this. Absolutely no way. And it has Fake Out. I'm completely fucked. Like, there is no way I could get out of this. Luckily, it started using some stupid moves, and I start getting a bit more lucky. I use Mud Slap here, very important actually. You'll see in a second. And also Fury Swipe stops at 3, and I'm just one hit. I'm basically dead. I use Sand Tomb again. It's one hit away from me killing it, and then it used an attack that's 100 pursuit at 100% accuracy. But that Mud Slap earlier, it puts it down just a little bit, and now we're in the driver's seat. We're in our position to sweep him. So I kill his Pampor one shot with my newly dig, and unfortunately, even at +2, I can't kill his Servine in one hit. But the clutch, he misses Leaf Tornado, and we kill it. We kill Sharon. There's a Tranquil, but I switch out with my Liepor in the back, and I killed it. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. There, I showed you that my Pokemons are fully healed. And I also caught a Levani, which will play not a big role at all. But I got a Ducklet as well. I filled up my team with a bunch of wild Pokemons, and I went to fight Clay. Clay is, my strategy here was to boost up with Moxie and then to sweep him. The Herdier I got was from the cold storage, so it has Intimidate. And then my plan was just to intimidate the Krokorok so it doesn't do too much damage. And then slowly weaken it down so my own Krokorok can one-shot it. Surprisingly, I used Takedown and I got a crit, and then the Krokorok's dead. So my plan was a bit jiffed up, but it goes accordingly, I guess, because my Krokorok outspeeds Excadrill and kills it. Just quickly, 35 already. A few more levels and I'm a Crocodile. I go into the Spiraling Tower where you meet up with Skyla. Quickly, I want to show you that I got a Crocodile. I actually don't use it that much. Crazy enough, I use Krokorok the entire way up here into like this point where I got Crocodile. I went out to catch a Zebstrika because obviously it's a flying gym and electric types are outside of the wild. Easily destroy the entire gym with this thing. It doesn't one-shot it, but the next one will, I promise you. And Zebstrika is no pushover. It destroys in this entire gym. That's why he's got to level 34. without any damage taken. And of course, Swana 4 times weak to my Zebstrika, easily dispose of it. So that's already, we're way past halfway. We're at the 6th gym, 2 more left. It was pretty grindy at the beginning, but now we're just rolling through. And I actually love how the speed of the game is, because once you get rolling, the game feels a bit faster. Because the earlier stages up to Clay took about 6 hours, and now these ending parts, including the end battle, only took 2 hours. So it's completely like speed up. Like, this entire game is quite nicer. In the WoW, I try to catch a Mienfoo because Mienfoo is obviously a fighting type. Next gym is an ice type. Just catch it. And then now just he's gonna destroy the entire gym. Mienfoo is secretly one of my favorite Pokemon. He's at full HP because he does have Drain Punch. Again, the rule, purposeful recovery. So at this point, I can't really lose. My ace Pokemon is a Mienfoo. Is a fighting type Pokemon, I should say, because it does evolve. It's a fighting Pokemon with Drain Punch, and I do have Ethers and Elixir, so it's infinitely better. Cragno still outspeeds me, but Drain Punch, one hits it, gets all my HP back from the Drain Punch, purposeful recovery, so it is allowed, and we beat Bryce. Pretty simple. Now out here, we're gonna do some more reconnaissance and utility building. We're gonna go out and catch Cobalion. I don't care about the damage I take on Mienfoo or Mienshao now, because I do have Drain Punch, and then I catch your Cobalion in like 2 or 3 balls, which is pretty impressive. It's at full health, so that's why I didn't want to attack it personally. Anyways, going to Iris, the final gym battle. I put workup on my Mienshao because I needed, because it wasn't having like a lot of luck killing everything in one shot anymore. So I just need a little more boost. Apparently, I still outspeed a Fracture with plus if I use workup twice and it Dragon Dances twice. So also my return is stronger than all my fighting moves. So work that out, everyone. Anyways, sweep through the rest of the gym. There's no point in watching this gym fight. I didn't know there was a full heal after this fight. So I was just like, there's like 3 trainers earlier, so I was just throwing away my Crocodile. I was just letting it kill everything. If it died, it died. It didn't really matter because I was going to capture all the legendaries I could. But here, Sharon just fully heals my Pokemon, and it's a force heal. So I was like, well shit, Crocodile's back. Well, I'm not going to complain because Crocodile's amazing. Anyways, here I'm going to capture Thundurus because, you know, legendaries are pretty useful. They're one of the strongest Pokemon in the world. Even though it's only level 40. Yeah. I kind of wish it was better. Oh yeah, here's a Ducklet. Here's my HM Slave for the run. I caught it on the bridge. It's not the first one I caught. Here I catch Virizion at low HP. I did attack it because it does have a recovery move. So a purposeful recovery move here I'll show you is a Giga Drain on its Seismic Toe. So it didn't matter how low I got it, as long as I got it pretty low and captured it. It could get its HP back because I knew there was Seismic Toes coming up. And that's kind of the reason why I got it in the first place, because I needed to kill some Seismic Toad. Here I'm stocking up finally on X items, and I bought the TM Giga Impact so I could have like a nuking move. We're getting to the final battles of the game, Elite 4 times Chantal. So we sent out a Crocodile. I plan on using Moxie, but then I remember Kofag has Mummy, so nullifies my Moxie, so I don't get the boost, so I just have to boost up myself. But I have to be worrisome about him potentially killing me. But luckily Crocodile takes care of everything. It kills 2 of the Elite 4 members, so thank God for that heal, Sharon. But pretty easy. Here for Caitlyn, I actually realized that Reneglis has a Focus Blast. By realizing the first attempt, he actually kills my Crocodile and I had to reset. But I sacked my Thundurus out first and used Giga Impact, and then to weaken it to soften it up so my Crocodile could finish it off and kill the rest of Caitlyn's Pokemon. Luckily for me. So Thundurus does die here and it cannot come back. I cannot use Thundurus anymore. Alright, next up, Grimsley. I did go out of order. Huh. I guess I went out of order. It's so strange to me. Anyways, me and Shell will take the rest of this. It's level 60. It's going to destroy everything. Me and Shell is pretty broken. I actually really like it. It's such a great Pokemon. Bisharp, one of my favorite Pokemons too, gets knocked out with a Drain Punch, unfortunately. And then Crocodile gets high jump kicked to oblivion. Doesn't matter if he has Intimidate or not. And then I have to remove my Lucky Egg to one-shot all of Marshall's Pokemon. Marshall's pretty forgettable, honestly. I wish it was a kind of more memorable. All his Pokemons are pretty bland. You know, Sock and Throw. It's not the coolest combinations of Pokemon. Anyways, he gets one-shotted by everything. Mienshell's just broken. I accidentally went into a room where he heals all my Pokemons. Don't want to do that. That's not a force heal, so I have to load a save state back into Marshall and I have to fight Marshall again. But it's whatever, as long as we're not cheating the game. Move obviously past Marshall and we go back to where we were. We fight Zekrom, we catch Zekrom, and now we're fighting Zekrom versus Reshiram. Unfortunately, N can heal his Pokemon and we cannot, and then our Zekrom goes down. So Mienshell has to pick up all the slack and kill everything else. Of course, Mienshell MVP. I would have had a harder time easily if I didn't pick up that Mienfoo. So luckily, I just saw the Mienfoo in the wild. I was just looking at the wild grass, see what I could get, and then I wanted a Beartic, but I found a Mienfoo, and then now we're here. We're just destroying everything, and we beat N. N's never a trouble for me. Getsits is the trouble for me. Getsits, in my opinion, is the hardest battle in all Pokemon, outside of XD and Coliseum, because those games are a bit harder if you ever played those. Anyways, here we can't use Zekrom, it's already dead, and there's a force heal obviously, but since it's dead I can't use Zekrom or Thundurus, so I have to rely on Crocodile, the two horses, and my Mienfoo, my Mienshell, Jesus. And here my Crocodile gets pretty low from the Toxic Stolen from his Kofag. Alright, he sends out the Beast Hydreigon. As a kid, Hydreigon would actually murder my entire squad, but yeah, you know, being a grown-up, I could finally Drain Punch it and not kill it. So things haven't really changed too much. Luckily, it's a Drain Punch, so I'll get my HP back later. And yeah, everything's fine. Everything's huggy-dory. You know, perfectly fine. Nothing to worry about. You know, definitely not being cocky at all. Definitely not playing really safe and getting through this battle 100%. I guess it sends out his Buffalon. I said, fuck it. I'm a fighting type. Let's high jump kick this Buffalon. Oh, I missed. He head charges me. Level 63 Mienshell is gone. This is panic mode now. I do have a bunch of Pokemons, but I don't believe I can beat this because this Buffalon's pretty strong and this Cobalion does a lot of damage, just not enough to kill the Buffalon. And now I'm down to 2 Pokemons. My least favorite of the 3 horses and a Crocodile. That's toxic and it's at barely any HP. So this looks like an L. This looks like an L again to get this. So being an adult didn't change much. But so Virizion has his job to get the Seismic Toad, Giga Drain it, doesn't die, 4 times weak, but you know, 10 levels under, it's not gonna kill in one shot. Luckily, Sludge Wave is not stabbed and we living. And we're gonna Giga Drain the Seismic Toad, last 2, so we have a 2v2 now. Virizion and Crocodile versus Electros and his Bisharp. Luckily, we get some damage onto this Electros, but it has Acrobatics 4 times weak. So now it's onto Crocodile. It's do or die. And Crocodile was at one point to be thrown off the team, to be just handed off. But I have black glasses on, so Crunch is the strongest attack. I luckily kill it with a crit. Save. We might have been saved by that crit. We might have just completely saved because that thing has Giga Drain, and I don't want to stick around to see my Crocodile gain Drain. But I'm faster than this Bisharp. Easily dig. Kept the dig move. It obviously missed with X Scissor. I do get withered down to a little bit less HP with the Toxic, but I one-shot the Bisharp. We get the Moxie one last time, and we beat Ghetsis. First try. Easiest try. We threw away a lot of Pokemons for no reason, but we killed Ghetsis. I would go and beat Cynthia if I didn't throw away my fucking Mienshell, but there's no time for that, honestly. I'm just too happy with Crocodile saving the world. We were about to throw it away. We had it since the 3rd gym, which is impeccable. I can't believe we saved him since that, and it came all the way here and saved the game for us. I think that's expected from Crocodiles. He's pretty good. Anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed this challenge video. It's finally good to be back on a no healing challenge. I have put it off for a few months now, and we're back. So glad that there's a lot of support for these videos and all the challenges in general. I do like to mix it up with some commentary videos, and you guys show support on those videos as well. And you know, I'm super thankful for all the support. I keep saying support, but anyways, thank you for watching all the way to the end. My name is Alpha, and please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm out. Peace.